To a time when there was nothing. No stars, no space. A time before there was time. Then, all of a sudden,
our entire universe was born in the Big Bang.
It started in an instantaneous moment where from nothing our universe was created.
The very definition of the moment of the Big Bang is that space and time were created at that instant.
It is, as far as we currently know, the coming into existence of space and time itself.
The infant universe, a tiny speck of energy in space-time, materializes from nowhere. Then, the universe suddenly expands.
The idea of inflation is that a very tiny region in an incredibly short amount of time, far shorter than a second, grew by many, many, many orders of magnitude. So imagine myself suddenly becoming the size of a galaxy.
In a fraction of a second, the universe grew from smaller than the size of an atom to the size of a baseball. In cosmic terms, that's like a grain of sand growing almost to the size of the observable universe.
The universe at the instant of inflation actually expanded faster than the speed of light. It seems to be a violation of everything you've heard in physics.
You may be thinking, hey, Mr. Astronomy Guy, nothing can move faster than the speed of light. And it turns out that's kind of true.
But the rule is, nothing can move through the universe faster than the speed of light. In inflation, it's space itself that is expanding. So there is no violation, there is no paradox.
Inflating fast, the universe went through a phenomenal growth spurt.
At the moment of the Big Bang, space-time was this entity that was flying out in all directions. It was space itself that was expanding.
But the universe didn't expand evenly.
One spot in the universe was ever so slightly more dense than a spot right next to it. And we're talking about a tiny, tiny fraction of a percent. 1 part in 100,000. But that was enough.
Fluctuations in expanding space-time created areas with higher density. Inflation made these high-density regions larger. And this allowed our universe to take shape.
When parts of the universe didn't inflate quite the same way as others, all of a sudden things could start to come together.
As the universe cooled, energy turned into matter. And in the denser regions, that matter started to clump together. Crucially, these regions had more mass than others.
Mass bends space-time. So anything that is made of matter bends space-time. And the more matter you have in one place, the more you bend it.
In fact, I'm bending space-time right now. When I flex, I bend it even more because of my incredibly high muscle density. I don't bend at the maximum. I don't want to destroy the Earth and the solar system. But, you know, it's an effect. It's a real thing.
If I had imaginary glasses allowed me to perceive directly space-time, suddenly those hidden aspects of a curved universe are as visible as the hand in front of my face.
We'd see a curving grid of space-time moving and reacting to objects within it. And we'd feel the curving of space-time as the force we call gravity.
Gravity is different from all the other forces. It is intimately connected with the curvature of space-time.
Something that can bend space and time has gravity. That's what gravity is, the bending of space and time itself.
It's hard to visualize this, but a good analogy is a trapeze artist and their safety net.
You can imagine a trapeze artist falling into a net on purpose. That net is flat and looks like a nice, orderly, evenly spaced grid. But when they fall into it, they distort that grid. Well, that's a lot like space. If you have matter in space, it warps the framework. When the trapeze artist is resting in the net, they're bending that space-time grid a little bit. If you had two trapeze artists in there, double the mass in roughly the same volume, you would get a bigger dip. You have a bigger distortion. And that's how space-time works.
More mass equals a bigger curve in space-time equals more gravity. But understanding the nature of gravity and space-time is no easy thing. It's an idea developed by one of the greatest minds ever.
Einstein had the idea that space itself is something that can be bent, something that can be stretched, that we are all bound together by space-time.
Einstein says that space and time have a geometry. They have a life of their own. They have dynamics.
Those dynamics are what we call gravity. The more dense the region of matter, the greater the gravity, the deeper the curve. This connection is the foundation of our physical reality.
It's the interaction between matter and energy and space-time that created the universe that we see around us today.
But that doesn't mean we fully understand it.
There's much more that we don't know, and that's frustrating. With the laws of physics, I can talk about how space-time behaves, but it does appear to be something that stretches, that contracts, and that gravity is the embodiment of space-time.
Born in the Big Bang, space, time, and energy combined to create our infant universe. These basic materials were the foundations. But how did we get to the incredible, complex structures we see today? How did space-time build our majestic cosmos?
Yo, what's up?
Our entire universe was created in the Big Bang 13.8 billion years ago. Everything came.
All right, you believe in the Big Bang Theory, yeah? Chilling, bro. Still making this art. Right here, still painting up a star. Yo, appreciate it. Appreciate that. This is actually a commission I'm working on right now for a coworker of mine, which is pretty cool. Cause I talk about my art everywhere. Everywhere I go, I talk about my art. And I work at a really cool place, yo, and a lot of cool people there. And everybody kind of supports everybody with everything. And once people realized I was an artist, like, everybody supports that about me. But I noticed something cool too, yo. Like, so my position at my job, my title is program assistant, which means I'm the flunky. I gotta do all the stuff that nobody else wants to do. Which technically that's not true, but it's kind of like that. And that's why I have the title, just program assistant. And but now I notice like we've had we're always having people come into our office to check out what we do or see what's going on or interview us or the news and everything like that comes there a lot. But when I first started working there, if my boss had to introduce me to someone who didn't work with us, she was like, "Oh, and this is Travis. He's our program assistant," which is cool, like, because that's what my title is. But since I've been there, they kind of have me doing like most of any kind of art projects we have now. I work with a lot of kid groups, and I do an after-school program with some kids where I do an art lesson with them. I've given like paint and sip classes for something we have called women's group. Sometimes we need like promotional material for our organization, and I've come up with like posters and flyers and stuff that we needed, like just using some simple graphic art designs. And so now, like the last two times my boss had to introduce me to someone who didn't work with us, she was like, "Hi, oh, and this is Travis. He's our resident artist." And I'm like, "Okay, did I get some kind of promotion? Because I used to be the program assistant, but now I'm the resident artist," which sounds really cool. But I wonder if that comes with a pay raise. I was like, damn, I got a title change and they ain't even know. And I thought that was still pretty cool though. Oh! I be here fucking shit up, man. Wow, wow, wow. It's just some cubes. That shit hot for some reason though. Like I said, this isn't something I would have normally done myself. This is a commission that I'm working on for somebody. But just doing these little drawings like this, it's like, you know what? I might make one of them for myself. Because it's not like they're super hard. And then she just wanted it in black and white. But I can imagine like making one of these and having like some different colors in it, or putting some gold leaf or some silver leaf on it, or some ink splatters, or like hyping this shit up. But she's like, no, I just want it simple, black and white, matches my living room decor. So, back to this science stuff, man. The Big Bang, man. What do you think about the Big Bang? Are you a creationist? You might be one of them creationist motherfuckers.